Welcome back to Good News ITW, episode 28. How small actions create big impact. Let's go. It's true. You gotta start small sometimes, right? You can't expect to change things and make a big impact. You gotta first start. Start with the small actions. Those small actions is going to create that momentum, right? Get the train rolling and whatever you're doing. That's the start. Because once you got that momentum, man, you can do anything, right? Once you stop, you're gonna have to, it's hard to get that momentum back. But you gotta build, man. Rome wasn't built overnight, right? So whatever it is, start small. Like you can be saying, you know what, I wanna go buy a house. Do the small steps, right? Start going to the workshops, right? Start looking at your credit. Just print them all out, right? I say no to some of the Starbucks or shopping all the time, but you got to start somewhere small, right? You can literally go online now, and there's so many people that's educating you on how to budget, how to start saving, right? But you got to start small. Do these small steps. Do the things that you know you can do, right? Start putting up. Just say, hey, have your job maybe, take a little bit out of your check automatically every time you get paid, going towards that down payment for the house, right? We look at it, it's get overwhelming because we're trying to do it, at one time, or trying to take on this big thing. We want to go get that new car. Say next year, summertime, I want to buy this car. Why not start now? Start putting a little bit aside every paycheck, and when you get a bonus or a raise, act like you don't even get that raise and start putting up, but just start small. People that's working out and want to get, in fitness and maybe lose weight or get in shape. I mean, you can build your body or get in shape overnight. There are things you can do at home. Some people have been like, you know what? I didn't make it to the gym, so I'm not going to do nothing. You can do something at your home for free. You know what I mean? You can do push-ups, sit-ups. You can run your neighborhood. You can turn on the TV and there's 1,000,001 people with the fitness, right? And they're doing the routines that you can do at your house. So it's no more excuse saying, I need to go to the gym, right? Yes, it's cool to do the gym because they got other things, but there's so many things you can do at your house. You can start now, paying off debt. Sometimes it look overwhelming because you're looking at all of this debt, but you gotta put them all together, right? One thing Dave Ramsey, some people like his approach, some people don't. But one thing about it, that snowball debt pay down, I really love that, right? You put all your debts, down, and you put the smallest to the biggest. And some people may say, well, why am I paying the small debt down? The interest that I pay a month is lower, but maybe this one say it's a bigger amount, but the interest is high. Why don't I tackle that? But it's a thing with this called momentum. And I actually did the course, Financial Peace University. And at first I'm like, nah, let me pay off this debt because the interest is more than the rest. But once I put it, just like he said, put the smallest bill to the biggest, right? I paid that first one down. I scratch it off. I paid off the second debt. I had to scratch a line through that one. Just seeing that, oh man, it was like it's on. It was like a game to me. So every time I would look, okay, let me hit the next one. That momentum, oh man, kept me going till I paid off all my debt and I bought my first house. I know you heard the saying, what's easy to do is easy not to do. So like I said, the easy things, the small things, you looking at it like, that's not going to put a dent in it, but it will. And it's going to give you that momentum, right? Learning a skill, learning a craft, like might want to drive truck or do nursing or whatever you want to do a skill. You can be right now, grab your phone and say there's someone teaching you something that you want to be a cook, whatever you want to do. You can grab your phone and go on YouTube University. Meaning, you find someone that resonate with you and follow them, man. People are really giving you the game. I'm on this podcast. I'm giving you the game, man, freely. So if you want to do something, start small with just picking up your phone and typing in YouTube whatever thing you want to do. That's the smallest step, and it's free. Everyone got a phone. You're watching the video, you got a phone. So there's no excuse not to learn any and everything. But those small, like you said, you start small, man, you're going to get it. Even when I want to learn real estate, right? I looked online and I'm seeing, okay, I see it's a lot of people, right? Investment, right? Doing real estate. But I picked the one or two that I felt the energy, right? Felt that I resonate with me, and I start following their path. I took the action. So I went out to a workshop. It was a seminar, the guy that was teaching it. Then from that, I took course and I paid for mentors, and you got to take steps, right? And to this day now I'm a real estate investor, but and it's whatever podcast. I start seeing podcasts. That's all I listen to. I don't watch. I don't barely watch TV at all. So I was really intrigued with the podcast space. So guess what I did? Just like I'm telling you, got on my phone, found out who was really doing these podcasts. You got, Shade Club. You got $1 Million Worth of Game. You got David Shang, in which I'm part of his community. But he's actually teaching people how to, do their own podcast. So I brought into his community, which is amazing, right? You actually can go, if you want to join this community, in my description, you can. It's a couple of hundred entrepreneurs all over the world, right? We come together during the week, and we get lessons, man. We got book club there. We connect with each other. We make money with each other, right? But he teach you how to start your podcast. That's how I got this podcast going now. He had an event, Podcast Summit, right? I went there 2 years ago. Went there. Oh man, it was B. Simone there. You got Donnie Wiggins there. You got I think Eric Thomas was there. You have so much other that I can't think of right now that was there, that had a successful podcast, and from that day on, when I got back home, started my podcast. Some people say you need a certain mic, you need this, you need that. I was told you just start. Started ugly, started however, but just start. The more and more I do it, the better I get, the better I'm speaking, the better, quality I'm doing, and I'm still learning, right? But you gotta start small, right? And if I were to say, oh, I need all these things before I can do it, I wouldn't even start today. Now I'm on episode 28 and I'm going. I actually got booked for a speaking engagement from one of my other episodes, The Heart of a Father, right? Someone saw that. Shout out to Tony Lewis. I spoke at a gun violence event just because of this podcast, because I got a voice, but that's something I wanted to do. But I started small, and I'm keep going. I'm not perfect here, so you're gonna every time you're gonna see me elevate more. Just when you start seeing some change, you're gonna want to do more and more. So start small, maybe just speaking positivity to yourself. Then you can go out there and start reading self-motivation books, or even listening to some powerful things online, right? Eric Thomas, man, when I started my self-development journey, he's my guy. I probably listened to everything, got his book. I saw him maybe 3 different times, man. But he really got me into this change in my paradigm, right? People like Bob Proctor, right? Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Earl Nightingale. These are books of people that you need to follow if you out there and just want to change just the way you're thinking, right? The way you're thinking, and just your mindset. Those people, man, everything they put out, I got, right? Books. A lot of that stuff is in books. We went away from reading and whatnot. I wasn't a reader, right? Until I realized all the good stuff, all the secrets, all the things that I think the world don't want some of to know is in those books. And I do a couple of books a week. I mean, most of the time I'm driving truck or whatnot. I'm moving around all the time. So I got an audio book in my head. You know what I mean? So definitely tap in that. And then once you start reading these books and want to change, just start complimenting people. Maybe start just blessing people, man. I bless people all the time, man, and some people don't understand. It's this gimme world. But I'm gonna tell you, until you stop being a giver, you'll never understand how it feels just to say, you know what, I'm gonna bless this person. I don't need nothing from you. God's blessing me, right? And doors do open, right? But just start small in whatever you want to do. Now, if you can go big, go big. But just don't be stagnant because you think you gotta go. You gotta do it so big, or you need. Now start small and work your way up. Get that momentum and keep going. So, don't stay stagnant. Just start, no matter where you at, and you will get there. Until next episode. Thanks again. Please like, subscribe.